How the rich manage their money. People who are already wealthy tend to handle their finances uniquely. They think in a certain way that allows them to increase their wealth through various intelligent financial choices. Since one's wealth increases, so does the complexity of managing that wealth. It's pretty fair to say that with great money comes great management. Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, we are going to talk about how many rich folks manage their finances. It's a lot more different than how the not-so-rich people do it. If you want to find out, stick around till the end of this video. And yeah, before I forget, hit that like button and subscribe button to get more fantastic content. Alright, let's get a move on. So how do these people manage their money? They follow a budget. It takes a lot of discipline to see a fancy dress or a fancy car and not get in it. And you know, especially if it's payday. This is the sort of thing rich people do. Their self-control is the result of years of discipline. Additionally, they work under a predetermined financial plan. Rich people keep track of their income and expenses with the help of a budget. This paves the way for them to establish an allocation that allows them to cover essentials while cutting back on extraneous expenditures. Even I would appreciate some transparency on the use of my tax dollars. Since these guys are wealthy, you might wonder, why do they need a financial plan? If Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos had $100 billion in the bank, how long do you think they would spend, say, $1 million? That's more than 100,000 days of waiting. And that's why they rarely make impulsive purchases. And if they are tracking their monthly spendings, so should you. Most people either don't have a budget or an adequate one, probably because they think they haven't got enough to form a proper financial plan, and the result of that is frivolous spending, costly debt, and economic stress. They don't get into debt. The wealthy don't let themselves rack up a debt. If so, they would use that to their advantage by spending extra money on their debt, especially their consumer debt. If you like, it's like the equivalent of being logically debt-free, with no obligation to return any loans. These rich individuals accomplish this by spending less than they earn each year. To repay creditors, who often demand absurd interest rates, debtors must forego potential savings or investments. And that's why, to prevent that, these individuals put together a strategy to pay off the debt, prioritize high-interest loans, and make at least the minimum payment on their credit cards every month, if not more. They rarely take out loans unless it's an investment in growing their firm or launching a new one. This means they are not likely to spend money they don't have. Instead, they save what they can instead of spending it. Especially in light of the recent reports of an impending economic downturn and rising prices. This, of course, would result in extremely high interest rates, a prospect that is, to put it, pretty bleak. Successful business people frequently seek advice from financial planners or accountants, especially in the realm of fiscal responsibilities. Not everyone who creates a social network or a cool new technology is financially savvy. They have got a hugely diversified portfolio. Experts recommend having a well-diversified portfolio as a means to caution financial blows in the case of a recession. Once they have established a certain level of financial security, rich individuals look for new ways to make money. Why? Because they know their primary source of income could vanish without warning. A perfect example of this is Warren Buffett, who's got over 60 different companies. They diversify their income streams to ensure they always have cash on hand and a revenue shortfall. One way they mitigate the impact of market declines is to invest in a diversified portfolio that includes both equity and fixed income securities, such as inflation-protected US Treasury securities, as well as real estate, and a lot of other alternatives like private equity and real assets. Rich people plan tax payments. Millionaires and billionaires plan everything to do with their money, including taxes. So it stands to reason that a larger tax burden would accompany a larger income. Even if they pay more in taxes, that is not necessarily the case. They calculate how much tax they owe and look for ways to reduce it by taking advantage of the lost tax credit. Similarly, how one of the world's richest men, Warren Buffett, declared he paid less in taxes than his secretary due to his method of earning money. Because of this, it is clear that these individuals are very good at handling money. Moreover, as I said before, they have got a very knowledgeable financial specialists managing their money, which results in a significant tax savings. The fact that they guarantee the bulk of their income from investments and other sources allows them to pay a relatively low effective tax rate. Many of these wealthy individuals also take the additional tax precaution of keeping corporate or personal funds in a separate account. Remember that they are, for the most part, successful business owners or entrepreneurs who bring in a lot of money. They leverage credit card rewards. Rich people also reduce their tax liability by making use of credit cards. It is no secret that credit card debt is a major source of stress for many people nowadays. But despite the high interest rates, unforeseen costs, and impulsive buys, these wealthy individuals have figured out how to make the most out of their credit cards, and there is a chance they'll gain more from becoming more frugal. To be fair, credit cards have their uses. They can be a safety net when the cash is tight, and you can benefit from utilizing credit cards if you've got enough cash on hand to cover costs responsibly. Credit card companies provide incentives to increase card usage. These bounces take the form of cash rebates and point systems. Most of these perks are available to people with good payment histories. If you use your credit card wisely, you can earn cash rewards or miles, affordable airline tickets, cash, and free goods. People who use credit cards while traveling earn reward points, which can be redeemed for cash and used towards future purchases. Also, credit cards are tools used by the wealthy, and you may use them to your advantage and join the ranks if you play your cards right. Moreover, they invest in recession-proof industries. Rather than risk investing in a new, untested industry, billionaires stick to tried and true industries that have historically performed well throughout the good times and economic downturns. Newsweek reports that 2008 saw a 20% increase in the numbers of billionaires worldwide. While several sectors of the economy were still improving in 2013, Forbes found a record number of billionaires, 1,426. Just what the heck happened? Non-cyclical investors choose to put their money into businesses that provide necessities like water, food, clothing, housing, and medical care, rather than those that may be affected by economic fluctuations. This is to say, some people will need to buy food, toilet paper, and energy, regardless of the state of the economy. Now that's pretty smart. They utilize dollar-cost averaging approaches due to the recent global events, including the pandemic, war in Ukraine, and fuel shortages. Economists predict a recession within the next several months by 2023. The Federal Reserve projects the likelihood of a recession in the incoming year will rise to over 35%. None of these rich folks are the least bit fazed by this. Why? For the simple reason, they are practicing dollar-cost averaging. When the economy is in a turndown, it is a good time to employ dollar-cost averaging to buy shares at a discount. So what do these rich folks do? Instead of buying the security all at once, they invest a little bit each month, or dollar-cost average, using either new money or the dividends they receive. Promising dividend stocks can act as a safety net for portfolios during economic turndowns by potentially continuing to pay out dividends even if the stock prices of the underlying firm has dropped. Studies reveal that most multimillionaires frequent discount retailers. They are perfectly content shopping at big box stores like Walmart and Target. Just like most people do, they've made a lot of money and want to keep it that way, so they don't always display it by buying flashy new automobiles, lavish homes, and frivolous spending even when they are well within their rights. They have grown to have principles in life that are more important than any amount of strutting, boasting, or egotism. Those who lack these principles usually end up in a bad spot. If you follow even a few of these suggestions, you can achieve financial success like these successful people. I'm sure you loved this video, so I'm going to ask you to share what you think about this video. Of course, the like and subscribe button's right here, just in case you haven't clicked on it. And don't miss the notification bell on this channel, so you don't miss any videos like this one.